you're a multi-talented crafter like me, there's some bet that you probably have some fabric in your room or your area. So I definitely got some fabric, but I didn't want to use any of it on my layout today. However, I do have paper-backed fabric. Now you can get this at Joann's, and this is specific denim, and there's 2 different colors in the pack that I got. So there's a dark denim and a light denim. And today we're going to use that for the Iron Crafters Challenge. So this is a monthly challenge where different YouTubers are participating, and Instagrammers are going to try to use different products. So last month it was ribbon. This month it's fabric. So let's dive in. So I've got the Jack and Jill collection by Echo Park. I'm going to be using the sticker sheet for sure. I've got my photo already matted on white cardstock. That was a scrap. You can tell it's a scrap because there's ink on the back. But that's okay. I cut the title sheet up into the 4x3 squares. So that's all good to go. And then I'm picking a red piece of paper. This piece of paper here, oh, it's actually the same piece of paper back to back. So maybe I can strategically cut one and not the other. And then I've got my denim here. I am using a sketch from A Cherry on Top. It is their Becky Flex Sketch Challenge 323. If you enter, you get 100 for sure. If you win, you get 1,000. So I think the winners are randomly chosen. I'm not 100% sure, but that is what I am doing today with this photo. Note the size of the photo. She's got 2.5 by 2s on there. That is really small. I chose to print my photo in 4x6, and I cut it down to under 4x4 so that my mat is 4x4. So I thought I could supplement my sketch with some 4x3 cards. So maybe if I can use something like this, you know, they're kind of all over the place, cattywampus if you want to call it that. Thought it would be kind of fun to use these because I just don't use them very often. So, you know, might as well get some use out of things that are not used very often. I don't know how I want to do this cattywampus or not, but that's kind of the gist. And then I'm going to use the red as my background underneath my photos, the stripe on top, and then the blue as the bottom section. Now, notice that she's got a black background. I'm not going to do a black background this time. I'm going to go ahead and do a white background. But aren't these cute? I don't think I'm going to do the orange. That's too much, right? I kind of want to go a monochrome. Even though this is dark blue, it almost looks black. So my papers are kind of going to be monochrome. So let's cut some paper. I've got this, which is 4x4. I do want to do a border punch. I grabbed my border punch because I like that decorative edge. And that decorative edge goes on top of where I'm at. So this probably needs to be 6 inches. Let's think. Yeah, 6 or 5. Let's see, I do have my handy dandy thing here to measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do 6 and then do my border punch. And then we'll see where we're at. I am using the new Tim Holtz trimmer, and I have already worn out the blade. I did a video coming up about how to make your own chipboard boxes for albums that you make. And lo and behold, that chipboard really kind of wrecked my blade. So I'm going to have to get a new one when that replacement comes out. That is what it is. Not too worried about it. Let's think. It might be best to cut this down just a smidge more. I did just do 6 inches, but if I do... Let's think. How deep is this going to cut? That's not going to cut very deep, actually. That's like a quarter, well, yeah, 1/4 inch. So, if I leave it like here, I will cut the wheels off my cars, and I'll have this neat little piece right there. And I'm just going to go right across the whole thing, and then trim down from there. I cannot believe it is almost May. I feel like this year has gone by faster than all the rest. And that makes sense, right? Because that's math. The bigger the bottom of the fraction, you know, the number of years, the smaller the fraction gets. So, this is the math nerd in me. I realize that logically, 1 year out of however old you are is going to make that time feel faster. So for poor little JJ, he's very young, and his time is going to seem like it is dragging on. But for Mama, that time is going very quickly. So it's fun to be able to document, and that is why I document, right? I want him to be able to see himself in the future being a little boy. Okay. Thinking this way, now that I got that, doesn't that look awesome with those cars and then my train track? Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, so too wide. I'm going to take it off right at that car there. Go a little bit extra. Gonna hit the scallop just in the right place. Aha! I have to go this way. So let's line it up again. And this is how, at least in my brain, I work it, right? I lay my pieces out to try to figure out where things are going to line up beautifully. Okay, that looks fantastic. Now my only requirement for the bottom half of my page is that, oh, well, let me think. To test, this is 6 inches, right? Do I like this to be 6 inches? I'm going to have it go this way. So don't worry, but this is 6 inches. I know it's 6 inches. So if I put this guy right here, I think I need a little bit more. So here's my sketch. I do want it wider. So how wide? Let's see. Do I have my T-square ruler somewhere? I think an inch more would be good. So here's 7. Nope, 8. Okay, we're going to go 8 inches wide. So that means I'm going to go 8 inches wide on this paper too. Now, I am going to do, this is just a trick of the eye, a good trick to note, is when you have horizontal or vertical lines, you pick a direction. So in this case, I am going to pick my direction, and it's going to go up and down. Now, notice that my cars are going horizontal. When I get all of my pieces up here, 1, you're probably not going to notice. 2, yeah, you're not going to notice much. As long as I have this going this way, and this piece of paper designated on top, it's not going to matter. It really truly isn't. Okay. I'm doing a little bit of math. 8 is going to be 12 minus 4. So I don't have to bring out the... It's really just right here that's the problem. Hang on, hang on. So that way I don't have to bring out the extra arm. I try to do the things the lazy way. Okay, 8 inches. And that looks really good. A little crooked, but really good. I'm not going to worry about salvaging this paper. So when I cut this down, I am going to just cut, like, just do this. It is not worth my time and energy to keep this piece of paper. I will keep this 4x6. I could use it for matting or what have you. See how that looks really good. Okay, so now, let's see. If I do that many inches, where is my T-square? Oh, I can do 5 inches and be good. Cool, cool. Oh my gosh, you see what happened? It cut the top layer, but not the bottom layer. That's okay. What's awesome about using fabric on this, right, is I can distress the edges and it's going to look really good. So let's see here. I do have my edge distresser. This is typically used for paper, but you can always do it on your paper-backed fabric too. So I think this will look really good. Get a little distressing, make it look more boy rough and tumble kind of deal. If you were to use regular fabric, I would probably get the double-sided adhesive from scrapbook.com. It comes in very wide format. I think you can get it other places too, but off the top of my head, that is the place I would get it. And I am actually purchased some recently because there was a good freebie and 7% off and all this all these good deals. Somebody had mentioned in the Vicky Booten VB fan club or something like that Facebook group that you got an exclusive free stencil from her. So of course I had to go pick it up. So okay, I've got everything adhered down. So, oh, minus my photos, I guess. I probably need to get that done too. But essentially what I did is I used my ATG just like I normally would and added it to the back of each of the pieces of paper. I forgot that I wanted to add this piece of string. So I did end up having to pull up the denim. Not a big deal. It's fine. And then I just had to glue it back down with my art glitter glue. So not a big deal. To adhere my bow, I did end up using art glitter glue and let it set like this. So this sucker is not moving, like, at all. I did that on purpose because I want to make sure that my bow doesn't fall flat in the album. I think this is going to turn out really good. I love the monochrome. It just is loving it. Really, really, really enjoying it. Okay, so this is what I've got for embellishments, minus anything that I could potentially fussy cut out of anything over there, but I don't think I'm going to end up doing that. These, kind of looking over, I know I want this one, so I went ahead and put my date on there. And just like in my sketch, I do want something up there in the right corner. I love these sketches because it tells you where to put your embellishments. Now, I chose to put this guy over here because I tied it before I'd actually looked, and I didn't want to pull this all up again. So, it is what it is, but now it doesn't really matter. I'm going to put a cluster here, and a cluster here, and a cluster there. Super easy peasy. I thought this would be kind of fun, putting a clock next to the date. A little nod to that. I don't know, maybe put it like that. So it's a little bit further up. And then let's see, what else can we put on here? There's such a good guy, but I like this Boys This Way as kind of my main embellishment. There's this one that I really like, and I really want to put it right here. Let me grab my other piece of wax paper. I really want to put it like right here on top of or underneath. It's probably going to end up landing underneath my string, just so it pulls in. If I had thought about it, I could have probably put this one down there, but it is what it is. I'm going to avoid the orange. So blue and red are my colors for this layout. The last thing that I've got here that's kind of like a base, I could do something like this, where I've got that on top of there. There is a little tag here. Okay, so we've got this, this, and this. I can add this one. Kind of like that. That's my page. Very simple. Using my wax paper. Love the simplicity of this. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to pull out your fabric every once in a while and check everybody else who's playing along. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.